Hello, a quick update here. In the last episode, I mentioned flavored seltzer waters like LaCroix being okay. Apparently, only its competitors are okay, as LaCroix is being sued for not being all natural, as they claim on the label. Stuff like that's going to come up now and then, as corporate greed isn't going away anytime soon. So, up until now, we have been talking about the necessity of good, natural, Mother Nature food and drink. Equally important is the proper positive mindset, as a negative outlook can be so toxic it can actually negate a healthy diet. A positive mindset makes life a whole lot easier. While I've never really had anxiety, I used to easily get angry about things, the dumbest things, hence my getting into meditation over 27 years ago. It changed my way of looking at everything. And when scleroderma came around, I was able to handle it with relative ease. And contrary to popular belief, meditation does not conflict with any religion one follows. Meditation is merely an exercise, like push-ups and jumping jacks. It's really just the soul or the spirit saying to the brain, "Can I be in charge for a while?" Now, there are many things on the internet that might make meditation look odd, and I would have to agree. But they are all superficial things that are not necessary. You do not have to spend hundreds of dollars to any organization offering classes or to obtain a special mantra made just for you. You don't have to adorn your home with Indian or Asian artifacts. You don't need to touch your thumbs to your fingertips or wear a special robe, but you should wear something comfy and unrestrictive. And you do need a quiet place. You can sit in a chair or on the floor, and you really need to have a good posture and proper breathing. In fact, breathing properly requires good posture. You will also need a mantra, which can be any peaceful word one likes, something simple like summer or water or your favorite color. We'll go with water, nice, clear water. Now, in the beginning, you're going to find your mind constantly drifting off to other things. But don't get frustrated by that, because bringing your mind back with your mantra is exactly what meditation is. Like I said, it's an exercise. So when you're ready, take a deep breath, relax, search for any tension in the body and let go of it. Maybe do some stretching before. And don't try to understand the universe. Just keep it simple, natural, calm breathing. Close your eyes and start the mantra, not out loud, just to yourself. Water. Water. I wonder if so-and-so is thinking about me now. Water. What shall I eat when I'm done with this? Water. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Water. Try to do this for at least 15 or 20 minutes. After a few rounds of this, it'll become easier each time for the brain to surrender and go silent for longer and longer periods. Soon you will find you can do this anywhere, like waiting in the checkout line at the grocery store. I don't recommend doing it in a traffic jam or anything that requires your full undivided attention. It might seem like I'm oversimplifying it, but it really is that simple. Yes, there are events in our lives beyond our control that can cause grief and stress. But what one needs to control is self-inflicted stress. Some people actually choose to be in a state of constant agitation. It's just one day at a time for all 7 billion people, whether they have a disease or not. Don't just pass the serenity prayer memes along on Facebook. Live by it. Recognizing the things we can and cannot change is pretty easy when one really thinks about it. Don't live vicariously through others. Live victoriously through yourself and whatever faith it is that you believe in. Religion in all this is a touchy subject. I keep mine private, as I am speaking to you from a country where one is free to follow any religion they wish, or no religion at all. And all my family and friends do just that. So I'm not about to imply my views are better than anyone else's. It seems quite obvious, though, that whatever one's views, you still have to make your choices, and you still have to do the work. Well, what's the point of all this? While there are exceptions to every rule, positive, motivated people get further and better, while negative, apathetic people get worse and further behind. If one doesn't take care of their garden, the powers that be will only intervene by saying, better luck next year. The biggest blockage to inner peace is fear. To be more precise, unfounded fear. If you're being chased by a bear, you have full permission to poop your pants. If, however, you spoil an entire camping trip with the unfounded fear that there might be a bear behind every rock, well, I think you know what I'm getting at. Animals have to run from animals every day, but they don't wake up in the morning fretting about where or when it's going to happen today. They live one day at a time without any reminders of doing that on their refrigerators. Fear is also the genesis of hate, which one should really try to starve out of their system. I don't ever use or even think the word hate. I'll be referring to it as the H word from here on out. Of course, there are many things I disapprove of in this world, but I will say, I don't like this, I don't like that. Nothing is worthy of the H word. And when one uses the H word about someone or something, they are actually giving power to that someone or something. And finally, while curse words are just words and personally don't offend me at all, I do find that 90% of the time they are used to express anger. So try to reserve those F-bombs for jokes and dropping the spinach on the floor. So I hope you see by now that food and mindset work together. We are what we eat and think. Well, that wraps up another episode. So find yourself a quiet place, and we'll see you next week.